Hello, my name is Keith Haswell and I'm a professional astrologer with over 40 years experience in the business and 30,000 clients worldwide. I always say that just in case this is your first video that you've seen of mine. I'd like to welcome you to this particular video, and it's on a topic which is very important, very powerful topic that has impact upon each and every one of us. And that is healing the scars from your past. Now, all of us are in life. All of us are in this space-time rule set, and we've made a decision and a choice on higher levels to go through a series of lifetimes in order to be able to expand and grow and reach and stretch, to expand our consciousness. Basically, that's the name of the game, is consciousness expansion. We've chosen incarnation in the physical form as the means of doing that. And it is a very powerful and impactful arena of consciousness that we find ourselves in. And we are in a space-time rule set that has a past, a present, and a future. And the biggest impact is from our past. We all have things that we've done, things that we've said, decisions and choices that we've made in life that we are not happy with and we are not proud of. There's an old saying that no one knows my secrets, and worse, no one knows my shame. So all of us have got shame associated with decisions and choices, actions that we have taken in this particular lifetime that we are not proud of, and that we are thoroughly ashamed of, and that have left scars there. You are growing, reaching and stretching and moving beyond struggle and hardship. And you have changed. There's no two ways about that. You have made a lot of adjustments and changes within yourself in the last decade that you just scratch your head and wonder, how did you ever achieve those massive changes in your consciousness and your perception about life? But there are scars there from your past that do damage to you and become a cloak that overshadows you and cripples your perception about where you're heading and who you are becoming. And as much as you have changed, there seems to be something that keeps on tugging at you and pulling you back into the past, preventing you from reaching and stretching and growing towards that which you are becoming. And that something is the scars of your past. On this video, we are going to work together as a team to heal those scars of the past so that you can work on into the future to reach your full potential, so that you can be free to chart the course of your future, your personal future, and also your global future, with elegance and ease. So just sit back and relax now and enjoy the journey with me. Now, scars of the past don't just come as the big guns of fear, shame, and struggle, as some may assume. The scars of the past can present as any of the limiters of negative beliefs or blockages with their particular payoffs, or with negative contracts and their particular scripts, or even with the negative chemistry with devastating impact upon your health. Any of these limiters are capable of leaving scars. Every scar that has been left there within you represents a call for change within you that has gone unheeded. Every scar from your past represents negative utilization of your attitudes and beliefs, thoughts and feelings, and decisions and choices, your raw materials. These attitudes and beliefs and thoughts and feelings and decisions and choices that are errant have stemmed from your personal self-initiated efforts, your financial decisions in life, your communication skills that perhaps needed to represent some change within yourself, your home environment and the lack of responsibility there for providing security in the home environment for those who cohabitate with you in the home, romance, love and social activities that have gone wrong and problems with children, overdoing it on the social side of life, addictions that we all become enamored with, incorrect diet, lack of exercise, lack of commitment to meaningful employment, lack of commitment, loyalty and honesty and integrity and trust in a living, loving, breathing relationship with a partner in life. All of these scars that are left there are calls that have become unheeded for change. You might have been caught up in martyrhood or self-pity, shame or guilt, self-punishment, or problems with your self-image. Now don't get me wrong, you have worked diligently over the years to make adjustments and changes within yourself to do with those raw materials, but the scars of the past are still there within your psyche. First of all, I just want to clarify that we are very complex beings, and the more intelligent and the more evolved that you are, the more complex is your psyche. Now these scars, even though the initial cause of those scars has been removed by the changes that you've brought about within yourself, the scar still remains as scar tissue there within your complexity, like a shroud that limits your capacity to be strong and powerful, to be creative, the ability to manifest your creations, your ability to be free, and your ability to be who you really are. This fabric of scars that is there within your psyche is like a cancer that takes and takes and takes and takes and never gives anything in return. It robs you of what you have to give. It robs you of what you are able and willing to receive. This cancer-like fabric can stifle and suffocate your very life force. Sure, there are times when you just don't want to change, and there's times when you feel that you don't have the power to be creative and to manifest your choices into life. There are times when you slip into pity and martyr, and there are times when you don't work hard enough at bringing about change and you don't do it right. But you do have the power within yourself and the goodness, the truth and the beauty there within yourself to heal these scars from your past. You are good enough, you are evolved enough, and you are spiritual enough. You are not bad and wrong. You are not terrible, not stupid, not unevolved, and not good enough. You've done the work, you've made the changes, but the scars still remain. And scars do not respond to self-punishment, they don't respond to admonishment, and they don't respond to self-discipline. They do respond to love, and they do respond to healing. Even though you still have changes to make in your raw materials, in your attitudes and beliefs and your thoughts and feelings and the decisions and choices that you make into the future, you have done the work and will in your own time make those changes. But to aid you in that prospect, let's work together as a team now to heal that cancerous-like shroud that suffocates your life forces, your creativity, and your energy. Let's heal the scars of the past. Now, you've been into metaphysics probably for a number of years, and you had to get into metaphysics to understand and to start working with those attitudes, beliefs, thoughts, feelings, and decisions and choices there within yourself, and there's changes that you have made. Now it's time to work with the healing balm of love. It's time to let in the love. That's the way to heal the scars of the past. To open yourself up, to allow yourself to be loved and to be healed. It's time now to open yourself up to the magic and to the mystery. Magic is simply the creation of your reality in accordance and compliance with your conscious choice instead of, as you perhaps are doing it now, subconsciously through your raw materials. You are a map maker, and you are now ready not only to heal the scars of your past and create your future, but to create the world's future as well. You are a map maker. The first thing that we must do is to find out what is it that actually leaves those scars. Now, the biggest one of the lot that leaves scars are judgments. Judgments that you hold. It's become a credo of the new age, don't judge. And the religions of the world have been filled with judgment. Out of fear, you better fear the wrath of the Lord. You better fear the anger of God. You better fear the judgment on your day. And the fact of the matter is that God and Goddess don't judge. It's you who judge yourself during life and also after death. The first thing to know about judgments is that they hurt. They hurt the one that the judgments are made at, and they also hurt you. Looking at some of the impacts that judgments make and have upon you is they stifle your creation, they stifle your manifestation, and they stifle your processing. They stop your interaction and your dialogue in relationships, and they interfere with your love, your intimacy, and your caring. The more judgments that you make, the less magic that you will experience. Judgments hurt, stagnate, putrefy, and alienate. They separate you from your imagination, your creativity, and your emotions and feelings. They separate you from others, they separate you from yourself, and they separate you from your experience. So now that you understand the impact that judgments have in your life, let's now look at what judgments are. First of all, judgments are conclusions that you arrive at without the benefit of a forethought and afterthought. They are evaluations and opinions without the benefit of a forethought and afterthought. All blacks are. All Hispanics are. All rich people are. All Asians are. All men are. All women are. All unemployed people are. These are judgments. They are evaluations and opinions without the benefit of a forethought and afterthought. So they are conclusions that are drawn and evaluations and opinions without the benefit of a forethought and afterthought. They are judgments. Now remember that judgments are things that you do, opinions and determinations and attitudes that you take, and evaluations that you make that are also not just to do with other people, but also to do with you. So understanding that it's not just relating to people outside of yourself, but it's also relating to judgments that have impact upon you, evaluations and determinations that you make about yourself without a forethought and afterthought. A forethought is thinking carefully about the judgments and determinations that you're making. Afterthought is to evaluate the decision and choice that you've made about that situation or circumstance. Secondly, judgments are determinations, evaluations and opinions that you make for the purpose of punishing another or punishing yourself. It is your opinion and your evaluation that has the intent of punishing either self or another. The third thing that judgments are opinions and determinations that are made with the intention of stopping dialogue and interaction. If, for example, you're in a conversation and you find that the conversation is going in a direction that you don't like, you then make a statement, flat-out statement, that this is such and such and such and such, you are wrong, and you then storm out, preventing dialogue and interaction. Women, he says to you that you are flat-out wrong, storms out, and cuts the conversation and the dialogue. Men, she says, you are wrong and you are just trying to hurt me, and then stops the conversation and the dialogue. So these are just some of the impacts and some of the ways that judgments work in our life and create these scars from the past. So where do you go from here? Well, where you go from here is to become more of who you really are through an intake of knowledge. An intake of knowledge will help you to understand that you don't have to put up with this cloak that's trying to strangle you and take and take and take like a cancer. You can heal these scars of the past by understanding that there's love there waiting to be let in. Love from inner friends, love from God and Goddess, love from your future self, love from your higher self. It's important to understand that you have a whole lot of inner friends who are there, who are more advanced than yourself, who have moved beyond the human level altogether and are there to help you become more of who you really are by healing these scars of the past. The thing that will heal the scars of the past is an expansion of your consciousness. Expanding your consciousness about what? Expanding your consciousness and your awareness about the nature of reality and your place in that reality. To understand that you are a spark of the whole. You are a piece of the divine. You are a piece of God, Goddess, all that is. And as such, you have all of the properties, all of the qualities, and all of the powers of God and Goddess inside of yourself. Now, your task is to recognize that fact and unfold those powers. And that, my friend, takes eternity. So the way to do it from here, to heal those scars of the past and to let go of those judgments that you make about yourself and about others, so that there's no more scarring into the future. It's okay to have evaluations and it's okay to have opinions, but not if they're not come with a forethought and afterthought, and not if they're meant to punish, and not if they're meant to just stop the conversation and the dialogue and the interaction. So the way to go from here is to go to my website, www.mysteryofsirius.com, submit your birth details to the Your Horoscope page of my website, and I'll then send you your horoscope chart, which not only tells you what your sun sign is, which you no doubt already understand, but it also tells you what your rising sign is, a very important thing to know, so that you can then watch the July and August, or whatever comes after that, impact upon you from the transits of the planets in the heavens, and what sort of impact that has upon you, what sort of test that you've set up for yourself. I'm happy to do that for you and to send that chart to you together with all of my videos, the links to all of my videos. 12 CDs out of my first book, What Really Matters, a book about astrology, meditation and reincarnation. I get so much beautiful feedback from people who have listened to those 12 CDs and then gone on to the 24 CDs of my intensives 2 and 3 from my second book, Coming Home, An Eternal Journey. We are powerful. We have so much energy there inside of ourselves. The crisis that we're facing in the world today is a crisis of the ideologies, a crisis of all of the ideologies of the world all coming to an end. A new age is coming to birth, and it's a wonderful time to be alive. So I thank you for your attentiveness here. I'm happy to do your horoscope number 2 for only $10. And that tells you not only where your sun sign is and your rising sign is, it tells you where all of the other planets are in your horoscope. The moon rules your emotions, Mercury rules your mind, Venus your love nature, Mars your energy levels, Jupiter your higher mind, Saturn your practicality and organizational ability, Uranus your intuition, and Neptune your spirituality, and Pluto your capacity to transform yourself. How well have you done in past lives? This is revealed in your horoscope number 2. For only $10 you get a beautiful 20-page printout all about you. There won't be another person born with the same horoscope as you for another 25,000 years. You are an individual. You are unique. And God and Goddess love you, and they know your name, and they want you to become more of the giant that you truly are. So it's an intake of knowledge, an expansion of consciousness, and to develop that goodness, truth and beauty that is there within yourself. So I thank you for your attentiveness here and look forward to working further with you should you decide to come on this journey with me, this journey to unfold your future and heal those scars of the past. Thank you.